Aloha, I am Eva Annaluna, speaking to you from Home Heart, Hawaii, on the big island of Hawaii. And I'd like to extend a very, very warm aloha to my world ohana, Hawaiian for family, which includes soul friends that feel like family, like brothers and sisters. And I don't even know what to say and where to start. But as the Hawaiian hogs fly by, maybe you hear them in the distance at times. Those who recognize the call, there's a couple of Hawaiian hogs that lives around our property here, and they always remind me of the higher perspective. And so I just trust that the words will come as I speak, even though I feel like I have no words for the whole experience that we went through the past months, years. Living on a big island is quite something. It is the island with an active volcano where the fire goddess Pele has her home. And so besides that raw primal force, there's just so much magic and beauty on this island that living here has felt like living in paradise. And since most of us don't totally embody our Christ consciousness quite yet, even though we may think we do. Usually when we think that we don't. But basically, coming to the big island means that your stuff is going to be stirred up, and any transformation process that you need to go through to get closer to embodying that Christ consciousness is really going to be shown to you with an acceleration of spiritual growth that, well, I respect by now deeply. I love the transformational process, and many of you may know that I have healed myself in the past from chronic pain in both my arms. I couldn't use both my arms like normally in like a decade. And I healed myself through inner work as well as expressing myself with my art as soon as I could, use at least my hands enough to pick up a crayon. And then suddenly, a couple months ago, I was pulling out this root, very symbolic, of a weed, a cat's claw. It has very nasty pokes, so I wanted to take it out of our sacred garden, sacred space that we've created. And the moment I pull, I feel something break in my back. And that was like the beginning of a journey that is still shaking us to the core. It's challenging us to the max. However, also has brought already the biggest gifts I could ever have wished for. And within a few weeks, I really couldn't deal with the pain anymore. It was like getting like these continuous muscle spasms. Like I was really laying like, oh my God, what's happening? And so we had to ultimately visit a doctor and take pictures. And within a day it was suddenly, within hours it was suddenly like, okay, you have a terminal stage inflammatory breast cancer with bone metastasis, which broke one of your vertebrae. And it's like, holy freight, suddenly there's like death looking you in the face, and you can't go around it anymore. I went around it already one time, a couple times actually the past years, in the sense that in 2012 we discovered that I had a breast cancer. At that point, it wasn't where it was now. It was actually pretty, we were really early with doing stuff for it. I combined like the Western and alternative medicine for that, using only what really resonated with my heart from both, which means not so very much of the Western medicine, but I did have the feeling that it needed to be yin and yang, the balance, not to totally discard one nor the other. Anyways, I was healed from that, and so we were like totally taken by surprise that it snuck through without me being aware, and it created the biggest havoc within like weeks, months, until I couldn't get out of bed anymore, and I had to pee. And no one hurt me, or, there was no one around in that moment of time. Maybe there was a phone call or whatever. And I was just laying there and just had to let it go. And wow, do you ever let your whatever build up ideas about ego or whatever go? You become humble and you become very vulnerable suddenly. I'm sitting here also like I haven't showered for days. It's a big task, so I just only do that so many times a week. And, I just got out of bed. My hair is like one big bird nest on my head. And I would never appear on camera, certainly not uploading it on YouTube, looking like this. But I don't care anymore, because I have nothing to hide anymore. And this journey, healing myself from an impossible, incurable, like we can only manage your pain coming months and then you'll die type of thing, stage of cancer. You really drop whatever blocks you to move forward fast. In my case, anyways, it's how I experience it. And so when my friend Lucille heard about my situation and understood that there was like a pressure of, hey guys, we need to join forces here. It's something I knew from the start. Like this is such has been such a rare and aggressive attack on my body, so to say. For I first treated it like, oh, it's a divine messenger, and I do learn my lessons from it and all, and oh, I love you, and now please go. Now I'm at the stage like, okay, we're done. I do my inner work, but you leave my body, because you're not me. It's not me. It's not the love that I know I am. And if there's anything that really brought me back into this space of divine love, and I feel that I'm now plopping like a drop into this ocean of love again. Like I have these waves that come, that I'm able to really enjoy that new consciousness that is being born in me. And the very thing that really activated for me that feeling of oneness and divinity to like a whole new extent is when my dear friend Lucille Dancingwind called and spoke with Lee about a healing love and prayer circle for me. And in that moment that they were speaking, and Lucille realized like, oh my God, she was going to propose like, let's do a weekly meditation, until she realized, oh my God, we're talking about, we may only have months. Every day I saw my breast change, I was like, oh my God, this needs to be stopped. And yet there's calmness, like I come through it, but that outer appearance telling us like, well, people do hurry. Anyways, when Lucille was talking with Lee and they both loved me so dearly, I felt I was laying in the bed and I felt like this powerful, almost like a lightning flash of love going from Lucille in Canada to Lee over the phone, to my heart in the bed, which I couldn't get out of. By the way, I think that was after the night that I couldn't, I couldn't get out of bed because of the situation back then with my back and the cramps and all. So when that happened, I was laying in the bed and oh my God, there was like this wave of love going through my body just by them uniting their hearts, talking about me. And they were talking about this healing circle that you have been part of. Or maybe you are thinking about, what is this all about and I'd like to join. Or what is this lady to tell? So yeah. When the new moon came of the 14th of August, there was already so much support being shown by all of you that, I was only rarely on the computer when I got up, because I was able ultimately to get up again and just, I have to take it day by day, but I'm actually doing better, which I will talk about later. But yeah, that beautiful new moon was so magical, like all of you, and before that as well, posting so many beautiful things, like ceremony with one of the ancient crystal skulls. I heard people, having church masses for me, and I know in Brazil my sister-in-law, she's Brazilian, and I know in Brazil her family has also, told all their churches and praying daily for me. And, all of you from Australia, Swiss, Germany, Japan, I'm like, people that have been holiday guests and that have felt the tremendous power of transformation. Some even said, well, put a warning sign on your website. And now I'm really seriously thinking about it because your spiritual growth is going to come out to the point that you're thinking, oh my God, I'm on a rocket or racket. How do you call that? I mean, such a thing that's being shot in the air and you think, where is this going? But it's always going somewhere good. So during the prayer itself, I already started feeling so much, from it during the night, because we are actually behind in time zone, like 12 hours compared to, for example, the Netherlands, which is, where I originally lived and was born. And when it was around 3:30 here, suddenly we were praying, my parents, my dear husband Lee, me, around the bed. I'm in the bed, right? And they're standing around it, and we're praying and tuning in to my, visualizing healing and, really connecting to the grid that all of you created together. And wow, suddenly this huge thunderstorm out of nowhere, started, and lightning flashes and loud thunders and very close together. So we knew, oh my God, that's really, really close by. And I was laying in the bed while I was actually receiving a new type of medicine, alternative medicine, that we started treatment with that day, the new moon, that moment, because it felt so significant and powerful. And suddenly like this bright flash of lightning shining through the window upon my face, and kaboom, power outage. Only our house had a power outage. And we were looking at each other in like, wow, awe. And with candlelight we finished, taking the true medicine for my healing. And a couple hours later, we were back on the power grid. but it was like such a surreal testimonial, surreal and yet so real testimonial of the combined forces of your prayers, our prayers together across the globe, causing this huge charge. And it was a turning point. It was a turning point. Certainly spiritually and mentally, that was a turning point for me, and I am deeply grateful to my sister. We call her Lulu Bell. Beautiful Lulu is the meaning, and Lucille Dancing Wind, and then each and every one of you. Thank you. Because I feel that together, I needed this extra boost of energy to turn the process around. I also felt that it would bring so much to all of us without understanding how. The day actually that we heard the diagnosis, that is what I thought. Not even during the healing prayer, but in advance, I already felt, okay, this is going to be a community effort. A community healing to be shared, for I did heal myself already from breast cancer before, and back then I didn't share it in public at all. I only shared it with some holiday guests when it felt appropriate, and with a small circle of friends and family as I was going through it. And so I must say I am on medication, pain medication, so please forgive me if I go from here to there and everywhere. I may have to cut and paste a little bit of the video. But main thing is that I felt that it was turning around, and that even though the outer appearance still was looking freaking scary, still not seeing it in the process of tumor growth turning around, and and yet this feeling like in the etherical body it is already shifted and it is already healed. So it's just a matter of time and faith, trust walk, to see the healing unfold. And I've been talking, I'm wearing like this shirt that's like there's a dragon on it. I don't know if you can see it, but it has like a dragon on it. And I'm also sitting here with a dragon fruit, which I was enjoying. And to me, what you see here is very much like the tail of the phoenix bird. It's an amazing fruit. I will show it to you. This one is red inside, you see? It looks like a beet with little black seeds. Yet it's a fruit, and it has like this beautiful, this is how it comes. Whoops. When you buy it in the store or something like that, So anyways, to me it's like very symbolic of the firebird, the phoenix, which is definitely helping me. The whole symbolism of dying in the ashes and being reborn. And the funny thing is I'm not even necessarily afraid of dying. I remember past lives and what's in between, and I know it's actually, honestly, it's easier to be in the light than be on a planet. Wow. You have to be a master to be on this planet in this moment of time where we all go through. I know I'm not the only one. I know you have your own story. That's why I'm sharing this, to show you like, hey, I know we have like this beautiful website with spiritual stuff, and we've tried to show as the best we can who we are, and that we went through the same valleys as you are going through or went through. And I'm really just showing you here my nakedness in a way, my like situation when I am in a valley, and hoping to share with you how I get out. And I feel that there's so much still within my heart that I'd like to see unfold on this planet, and I'd like to be part of this new world that we are creating together. And I had my conversations with God or Source or, my higher self, how you want to describe it in your own words. And I felt, no, it's not my time. And also when we walked out of the doctor office, first thing I saw after the diagnosis was a big red sign across the door. I mean, how do you say it? Above a door saying, this is not an exit. And it's not. And I'm going to show it to you. That's really bold, I know. But hereby, I plan to be around for a while. And the new world, the new earth that we are creating, you are part of right now. I realize that this healing circle has activated so much connectedness and love and oneness amongst people that, some of you, a lot of you don't even know me. Maybe you know me through Facebook or in, stories of a friend, but wow, you're all connecting, and we're all praying on this time of, whenever in your time zone it's 3:30. That means that we're like having this wave of love going around the globe. And I know that I may seem to be the person that it's focused on, the soul that it's focused on, but as you are praying for me, you are praying for yourself. You are connecting and making yourself more powerful by connecting with this grid of people, loving souls that all are on the same path. And I realized, oh my God, this is the new world. We are living the new world. And I knew we were already at Home Heart Hawaii. I thought that we were living the new world reality already, but I now see that, you always have more stuff to clear. But at least we came close to living Aloha, living as conscious as is possible for us each day. And that really brought that new world closer. But when I then looked outside and looked at the world and see what's going on and the stories that I hear from our guests, I was feeling so sad, like, oh my God. And I say that a lot, oh my God, but yeah. That is basically, ironically enough, that we're returning to, and that how do you say that? That saying of, oh my God, is basically like, oh my God, just return into that ocean of love. So simple and yet so complicated to reach. And I believe that with these prayers we are sinking back like drops into that ocean of love. And wherever you are on your spiritual journey, I believe that it will, I hope, I'd like to hear from you, that it also brings something really positive to your path as a soul, but to your life, your family, your kids, your husband, or whomever you are sharing your life with. So, yeah, I'd like to wish you a wonderful week. I say week because I'm thinking that I may be posting more of these videos. Honestly, I just got this little device and I thought, okay, now I can at least talk, because I'm a writer and I cannot always do that. But yeah, I have to actually tell you that turning point that I do notice lately, certainly with the new alternative things that we've added, I do feel that I'm feeling better. I can do more. And little things that I start to notice, like, hey, that would have really caused a huge muscle spasm and like an hour of drama of this, that, and the other thing. And yet, I now see, all right, small steps, baby steps. But you have to have an eye for it, also on your own path. Those little tiny steps we take. The journey all starts with that first step, and then the next and the next. So have a wonderful week, and if you happen to be, this is really weird, if you happen to be around a place where there's bunnies, please say aloha from me. And if you love hiking in nature and you know there's a trail with little bunny holes, I'd like to confess one thing that I did in the Netherlands. I used to bring little breadie, dried, nice and crunchy, and make it small and divide it amongst the bunnies during our hike. So I threw little pieces in the bunny holes. And if we did, if we returned the next day, we actually saw it was eaten. Can you imagine those bunnies coming out of their hole early in the morning? Oh my God, there's a breadie! And anyone who has seen a bunny, and I think that's all of us, they're just super cute. And when they get a little breadie, they get all excited and they run. Little gift. So, since I'm not living in the Netherlands anymore, this is this is a request to be good for the bunnies, and maybe every now and then bring them a little breadie and aloha from me. Thank you, and thank you for your ongoing support, love, and prayers. Aloha from all of us here at Home Heart Hawaii. Hi, Emma. Hi, sweetie.